All right, let's look ahead to week 1 in Seattle. I think this is a game that most Niner fans are expecting the Niners to win. They're going to be favored on the road in Seattle. It's Sam Darnold. Okay. Here's what's interesting about this game for me. One, the Seahawks defense was the best defense in the division last year. I mean, I don't know if Niner fans realize it, but Leonard Williams had like 11 sacks. Ernest Jones was really good at linebacker. Their secondary has a bunch of good players in it, and Mike McDonald is up there with Robert Saleh and the best defensive coaches in the league. In addition, they got Clint Kubiak as their offensive coordinator this offseason. He came from the Niners. He was there a couple of years ago when they had the best offense in like franchise history, one of them. Then he went to the Saints last year. The Saints were a disaster, but he did such a good job that he got another job with the Seahawks this year. The first 2 weeks of the season, the Saints, when they were relatively healthy, they scored 47 and 44. So I don't know that we necessarily can expect the Seahawks offense to just suck right away because they have a new coach. I think this is going to be an interesting game. What are you expecting from week 1?
I do expect the defense to be stout for Seattle. Yeah, I feel like they're going to have a really good defense, and I don't think a lot of people are really just thinking about that at all, or they don't want to because it's Seattle. I'm not a big believer in Sam Darnold. The Kubiak attack should be better than what they had last year on offense. That part I would hope comes true, but I'm not a big Sam Darnold guy. And who are the receivers? They got rid of Metcalf, right? So
and Lockett. So they got Jackson Smith-Njigba, who was their leading receiver last year, had a hell of a season. And they traded, they didn't trade, they signed Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, but okay. Cooper Kupp, I don't know about at this point. I think Sam Darnold's going to find out quickly he doesn't have Justin Jefferson on his team or Jordan Addison, right? Like I think that's something that we will see. I'm not really scared of their offense, if I'm being real with you. But defensively, I think they're going to be tough.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.
So I think it's going to be more competitive than a lot of Niner fans think. And plus, it's an NFC West opponent. You never know what's going to happen in those games. Niners need to pull that one off and get off to an early start for the season to be successful, really. So I don't know. I just think it's going to be competitive. I do. I don't think it's going to be a blowout one way or the other.
It's an interesting matchup because really their passing game goes through Smith-Njigba. That's their number one receiver. They got rid of their other two guys. And Cooper Kupp, he's going to catch passes, but we saw him against the Niners last year. Like, he's kind of washed, and he's only going to play 12 games anyway. So it seems like the Niners, if they want, they can put Lenore on Smith-Njigba no matter where he goes, slot, outside, and that's a matchup the Niners got to feel great about. So that's a good start. I think with Clint Kubiak, just trying to figure out what this offense is going to look like with him. On the Saints last year, they didn't have a number one receiver. The guy that led them in targets was Alvin Kamara. I think we're going to see much more play action and passes to running backs than we've seen from this team. I don't think they're going to throw to wide receivers that much. I think it's going to be more like dump offs to Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. And one other thing about Kubiak, that awful Saints team was number one in scoring percentage on goal-to-go situations, which the Niners weren't so great in last year. So if the Niners don't get like the turnover advantage in this game, and it just comes down to who finishes more drives, again, that's scary.
It's weird. I feel like it almost, and we have a ton of rookies on defense, but I almost feel like the defense has an advantage over the Seahawks offense, but I feel like the Seahawks defense has the advantage of the 49ers defense, if that makes sense. Did I say that right?
No.
Seahawks defense has the advantage over the 49ers offense. 49ers defense has the advantage over Seahawks defense. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a battle, and could come down to just a couple plays, coaching, special teams, something like that. But the Seahawks moving on from – look, I don't know if the Seahawks are going to be better with Sam Darnold than they were with Geno Smith. But against the Niners, Geno Smith was so nervous when he had to play Nick Bosa. I don't know what it is. I've never said this about any player ever. But you could literally see Geno scared of Nick Bosa. Whenever Nick Bosa was close to him, it was like he panicked. I don't know where it comes from, what it is, But them not having that, I don't know. I don't know if Sam Darnold has that same fear, but there's something about Sam Darnold I just don't worry about.
That's fair. But this, like, I agree with you on Geno. And with DK, it seemed like he always would like get in a fight with someone in a Niner game. He would always lose his cool. In the game in Seattle, he ran the wrong route, the pass got intercepted, I think by Bernardo Green, simply because he freelanced. The pass was in the right spot. So I think there's a reason they got rid of him. I think that they're gonna be tough with their running game. Like, this is gonna be a whole different offense. In the past with Geno, he would be in the shotgun all the time. When they tried to run the ball, they sucked at it. Their offensive line sucked. That was their offense. Now they just spent their first round pick on Gray Zabel, that guard. He's gonna be a big upgrade for them. And with Darnold, they're not gonna be a drop back passing team. With Kubiak, that's not a drop back passing scheme. It's the Niners. So they're gonna run the ball a lot and do play action. And so that's a big reason I think the Niners try to address their run defense this year. Like, week one, not just week one, but week one, you're going to face a team that you know is going to run the ball a lot. The Niners couldn't stop touchdown runs last year. Like, teams would just run right through them. They gave up 24 touchdown carries last year. It's disgusting. Yeah. If they haven't improved that, then they're going to lose that way to the Seahawks week one. Just Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet running for touchdowns when they're close. So hopefully CJ West, Michael Williams, Alfred Collins, all healthy and ready to go week one. That's going to be so huge.
Yeah, I mean, and then the 49ers, if you look at them, they're going to have 3 new players on that D-line starting, most likely. They're going to have at least 1 new linebacker starting for Devondre Campbell. So that's a whole new front 7, essentially, outside of Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. So it's going to be different. And then you got Robert Saleh calling the plays. It's so unknown. That's why I'm excited about this season. There's so many unknowns. Like, are the 49ers going to be able to put it together? But if I had to, just thinking about it right now, I really believe, even though this team is young defensively, I think Robert Saleh is going to get them ready. And I don't worry about Seahawks offense. I'm more worried about that defense. Their head coach was he was running the Ravens defense that gave Brock Purdy nightmares. And now he's 2 years into it. That is my worry. The 49ers offense versus their defense. Which is weird because we're such a young defense. I just don't worry about the defense. I'm worried about our offense. Can we score? Is Brock Purdy going to throw a bunch of interceptions against this defense? How are we going to look on the offensive side? That's my worry.
That's interesting, yeah. Because that like, really, we're looking at it like Clint Kubiak could be a big upgrade over Ryan Grubb, who's gone. But still, I mean, how scared are you of Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp? Not particularly. No. It's that defense. The defense is the Seahawks are hoping their offense is good enough. It'll be a complimentary Kyle Shanahan run the ball, play action offense, and hopefully Sam Darnold doesn't freaking blow it. That's the thing with, like, he could just throw picks that day or get sacked 7 times. Who knows? But
they're basically the Niners with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're the 2019 49ers. That's what they want to be.
Pretty much. Their defense is going to be interesting. They did a really good job against the Niners last time at Levi Stadium and held them to 17 points. I'm sure there were some drops or missed field goals in there as well, but it's tough defense, and it just got better with their first-round pick. What was it? Second-round pick, Nick Amenwori. They're going to try to turn him into their Kyle Hamilton. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then who's the quarterback they drafted this year too?
Jalen Milroe, baby.
They would probably have more success with the Niners. Would probably struggle more against Milroe than they would against Sam Darnold. But
yeah, Niners got to be happy that Milroe isn't going to be ready for week one.
Yeah,